Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday, and welcome into Zelda Speedruns 2. Today we have the Skyward Sword Randomizer Season 4 tournament round-robin race in Group A between Lyric and Adri. Tracking day, we've got Vibrant Viola and Featherblade, and commentating alongside me is Cube David. How are you, David?
Doing pretty well. I'm excited for this race. Especially since I've known both of them for 1 or 2 years now.
Yeah,
Adri although from very different communities. Well, not very different, but I know Adri from SSR, as one could probably guess, and Lyric mainly from Wind Waker. And I'm personally surprised to see her running in the Season 4 tournament as well.
Yeah, Lyric is relatively new to the Skyward Sword community, has been playing Wind Waker for a while. Adri has been in the Skyward Sword community since, I want to say, like late, forget if it's 2022 or 23, around the end of Season 2. So definitely, Adri is definitely favored this race with the experience, the speed, but this is both of their first races in the tournament. So obviously both runners want to get off to a 1-0 start, because you're probably going to need 2 wins to get out of your group.
Yeah, very likely.
Yeah, it's very likely that it's going to be 3-0 and 2-1. So, I know what the dungeons are. They're on a 10-minute delay. I looked at the seed, but do you have any predictions? Or did you already look at that?
I took a look as well.
Okay, well, yeah. There's some information you can get in the first 30 seconds, but we are getting underway. And it's a linear start.
Okay. At Skippers, it seems.
Dungeons are Earth Temple, Sandship, and Fire Sanctuary. And Sandship is barren, which can either be really good or really bad. I have had a Sandship barren seed where I had to basically clear the whole dungeon.
Yeah.
Because when Sandship is barren, you don't get sometimes hints. Yeah, and I think with a Beetle start, going to Pirate Stronghold makes a lot of sense here.
Oh yeah,
you can still clear the region. With Sandship, you might also just want to go to the dock and maybe even open the dungeon now. Not that you can do much. Linear Start is also the most interesting region because it's the one where you potentially really want to go back in and check your starting statue. So we have both a random spawn, which is at a bird statue, and random starting statues the first time you dive to each region. And if it's on the other side of Linear Caves, that puts a lot more in the Linear region in logic.
Yeah, allows it to basically ignore the Caves key as well. If that's
Caves key will actually be barren if you have kind of starting spawn, like it can be in a barren region.
Yeah.
Lyric getting trolled by these keys a little bit. The electro keys here are kind of a pain.
They are relentless.
Yeah, these checks, for the logic, they require quick beetle because you have to stand in a specific place to get them with the regular beetle. It is really slow. They don't tend to have useful things necessarily. Yeah, and you see, like, so Adri didn't aggro the keys before and is aggroing them now to shoot into the nose. There's basically no way to avoid aggroing them at some point. Lyric just did it earlier.
Yeah, I tend to just do the nose first whenever I'm getting to pirates from the dock. Stand a little bit further away and then do the pillars after, because that way you don't pull aggro at all.
Yeah, you just have to be careful.
Yeah.
There was one ping, it looked like the cactus pillar in Skipper's Retreat, which is whip lock.
Yeah, it looked like cacti pillar. But differentiate between cacti pillar and the chest after Moblin can be very tricky, especially if you're just pinging from the dock.
And they get to go all the way to the end of Pirate Stronghold too, because it looks like the one ping is the third chest here.
Oh, fun.
You know, we've been getting a lot of Betrow Baron or Beetle Shop Baron, and we didn't get that this seed. And yeah, Earth Temple, Sandship, Fire Sanctuary. This could be a really high back in time seed, depending on what the layouts are and how comfortable the runners are.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know that we're going to see Tentaclus skip, for example, but with a Baron Sandship, that is certainly on the table if the runners feel comfortable with it.
Get the crystals for it.
Earth Temple back in time is pretty much mandatory. I think Adri is actually starting to think about getting some things for money here, which is definitely something you want to think about early in a seed, is potentially get some checks that don't ping, that give you money. Because with a Beetle shop is open, you will need as much as, I believe it's 500 rupees if you kind of optimize how you use your money.
Yeah, 500 is what you need to peak everything at least.
Yeah. 400 to, well, 350 to actually look at every item.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's, yeah, Adri definitely just thinking about money now, which is genuinely something smart that, that does, like, he's only getting blue rupees, but if you got a gold rupee here, it would be pretty nice, and it's not a huge detour. The worst thing you want to get is a seed that requires you to rupee grind right off the bat.
Yeah. Those are just painful.
Yeah, I got one on season 3, and it was the worst seed I've ever played.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you see, meanwhile, Lyric is kind of rushing through, which, you know, makes sense. Like, Audrey's losing a few seconds to get these. But yeah, I think so. Pretty sure we'll see them both warp to start out of here. It'll be interesting to see if either of them go to Harbor to at least get that statue. All right, and there's our first sword.
Nice pickup. Immediate damage increase for the rest of the seed.
Yeah, I mean, the one place that's really nice is Earth Temple.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's Adri. Yeah, and he is deciding to go to the sky. I think the other question is just, do you check the other side or check the other spawn? If it's in Lanayru Desert, you can't do a lot, but you can get a lot of information. And so at least information about kind of what checks are dowsing or not can be useful. And yeah, usually what you'd see is you go talk to Oriel here and maybe go back down to Lanayru. I just noticed Audrey's name is Tourist Percent. Yeah, and he is just doing kind of the regular sky loop here.
Does not go back down to Lanayru, it seems. At least not right now.
Which makes sense. We got Central Skyloft to Tentaclus. So that is going to be a bow or a whip or claw shots.
Yeah.
Or something that leads to them. The fact that you're getting a path to Tentaclus with it Baron, I think, suggests to me it's probably the whip. There are 3 bows.
Yeah.
But the boss key being whip locked, that could be for key logic. Oh, and that is a sword hand.
Yep, on Summit Digging.
And
so is Mark
possibly required sword, which doesn't give you a ton of information this seed, other than, I guess, you're not going to have all of your swords loft in Thunderhead.
Yeah, I assume you're going to be picking up helmets anyway this seed. So...
Yeah, I mean, Fire Sanctuary is beatable without Mogmamit in certain circumstances, but that is a guaranteed sword you have a lot of information on. And I'm always curious how people route Skyloft. I usually go with starting from the statue. Audrey is starting down at the plaza.
Yeah. Usually I determine where I start on Skyloft if I have a projectile or not or any way to get the bell on Knights Academy.
Yeah. I think for me, because like, especially in this circumstance, I would start higher up because I hope that I can get some more money.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the checks in Upper Skyloft are things that are ungassable anyway, but it's like very small. That Goddess Plume will be nice though if Adri wants some money. Central Skyloft to Tennis, interesting, because he is beelining for Waterfall Cave and Rhina, I think. And I've seen this done more often from some people where they actually start with the plaza and make their way through Waterfall Cave and then skydive. The thing about Skyward Sword, okay, well, there's a nice 300 rupees.
That's
the thing about Skyward
handy.
Sword is the slowest thing you can kind of do is fly a lot. You have multiple loading zones, load times, cutscenes. So I like to try and minimize flying as much as possible. And that is Lower Bumble Rock has a bow,
which is possibly required.
Yeah, I mean that just tells you that the bomb bag is not bow locked, but we kind of know that can't be because it's not in Sanche.
Yeah.
And it does also mean the Tempest Pass is not a bow. Yeah. That Hook Beetle makes a lot of sense. If I were Adri, I might have thought about going for the discount, though. So I could check some other things. So we do start the runners with the Horned Colossus Beetle, which allows you to get a 50% discount off one item in Beetle Shop. Which can be really useful for money routing. Because it reduces how much money you need by 150. It's really easy to forget about. Because we've kind of alternated. Like Remlets, we started with it. Season 3 tournament, we did not.
Not 300.
There's a gold rupee. And the nice thing for Lyric is she is probably going to get that and then get the other 300 from Rhina. So she might actually be able to full clear Beetle Shop here. And did I acknowledge, I forget if I acknowledged Viola's point that Tennis Path is not a bow. That is
okay.
Correct.
Okay. Whip is not path anymore.
Claw shots in Central Skyloft?
Might be, yeah.
Din's contains mitts and 2 other items.
Yep, and the mitts were of course not required because they're logically expected for Fire Sanctuary.
Yes.
Oh, and a scale on the bell.
Yeah. I don't think in these settings you're gonna do trial RBMs that often because Harp is required anyway, but if you do know that the Elgin trial RBM, it would not necessarily be the worst thing. That Hook Beetle is going to unlock a lot of things in Linearu. So I'm wondering if our spawn in Linearu is going to be like Mine Entry.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure at this point that it almost has to be on the other side of Cave's Key because at this point, what have we not seen? I guess the 2 last Beetle 100 checks.
Yeah. There's another gold rupee.
A lot of early money.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't seen anything useful in Central Skyloft yet. That could be a path item.
Yeah, as far as I know, Shedgoddess chest also didn't ping, and not the Shedgoddess, just the normal Shed chest.
Okay, so my guess is our claw shots are gonna... Oh, Din's was in Central Skyloft. That could be our path. Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh yeah, right. Waterfall Cave.
Yeah. Yeah, that Din's power is almost certainly our path. That also is probably telling us our path is claw shots. Either for a small key or a boss key on the one claw shot lock check in Sandship. If you're the runners, you are praying it is the boss key there, and you have an easy, merciful Sandship. Although if it is a small key, you'll be able to
save scum that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That you can and will save scum it. Yeah. Did Lyric save before going to Beetle Shop?
I don't think she did, but I can't 100% confirm it.
Well, there's...
Okay, in this case, it doesn't matter anyway. Probably.
Yeah. Hopefully she knows about the discount. Because she sleeps tonight. No, she might not. Though, my guess is she will get that 300 rupees from Rhina and go back and get the Hook Beetle. Yeah. That is a really important item.
Also bottle. Okay.
Okay, that could also be leading to our path item. The last two checks in Central Skyloft are both bottle locked. It's the last one that they can't get. Because the path item cannot point to a goddess chest. If it were pointing to a goddess chest, it would point essentially to the cube.
Yeah.
So we'll see, but I think they're going to go back to Lanayru. I think we are looking at a Lanayru spawn on the other side of caves from where we started.
Yeah, I would assume so.
So we'll see when they go.
Like the bottle gives us access to the ruby tablet or something.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably just check the other Lanayru spawn, to start, 100%. Check the other spawn, and then go do the Oriel Pero checks.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But fully understand why you might go for something else. And yeah, the Elden Trial RBM is, I'm not gonna say it's difficult, but it's definitely more complicated than the Farron one.
Yeah, it's not as straightforward.
It requires getting into Betrow's house, which requires some kind of specific inputs to do things. And it requires a bit magic file. So I don't think we're going to see either runner do the RBM.
Yeah. You would also need to collect a crystal pack for that.
Yeah, which they don't have. Although they don't have Elden access, but yeah, I mean, the trial RBMs in these settings they're not super strong with the hints, especially because you need the harp anyway. But every so often the Farron trial RBM, which is pretty straightforward, is not bad to do. So yeah, this makes sense from Adri. Well, there's
the crystal pack.
Crystals. Yeah, Petro 10 is in logic. Nobody's gonna do that.
Nah, absolutely not.
Even I, in this circumstance, would not do it. Yeah. And let's see where our starting bird statue is.
Okay, in Gorge. So Gorge. Get one check.
Yeah, and a hint. Well,
true.
I got that one wrong. That is technically on the other side of caves, but you are bomb locked from going further.
Yeah. Okay, seems like Adri's not gonna bother with checking the hint right now.
Yeah. Hello, Vermilia. Yeah, so what are we looking at here on Pero's reward? Or are we looking at bat 5 or 10? Because there are 2 locations accessible on Audrey's tracker. One is the reward from Pero. One is Betro 5. Betro 10 is also in Logic. Because 5 loose crystals are currently in Logic.
Okay, Emerald Tether. I was almost right.
Well, that
it was to be
potentially
expected.
Also our
yeah, that.
And with you know, I will say with scale, they can do a fair amount.
Yeah, beeline scale do help a lot.
Yeah, I mean, you can't climb the Great Tree, but you can do all of Lake Floria. You can either peek or ping everything. Like, the one thing you can't ping is a chest that you can at least, that they got the hint for. I assume we will see Adri cube warp here. Grab the cube in the hint.
Yeah.
Like, you can... I don't know. You can gamble that this cube has nothing, but it's definitely a calculated risk in these settings to not get the cube. And the hint nearby does help incentivize you a little bit, too. And so this trick, basically, you're using... Ooh, I think he's a little too low, so his Skyward Strike is hitting the ledge. I don't think he's going to get this. Okay. Oh, there we go. Yeah. So normally you can't aim a Skyward Strike upwards, except when you're hitting a Boko, you can shoot it upwards. So you Skyward Strike. Is that courage?
Trials of Wisdom in Volcano. Okay. One more check we can do in Laneru.
Yeah. And then we'll see. We are very glad to have you here, Vinny. Alright, and the one bomb lock check here that we don't know about is dead. Knowing where that bow is useful.
If you ever need one, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, if you don't get another bow, you will need the bow to defeat Tentalis. We just know that there's not a path bow. Audrey skipping the item on the tree there. And yeah, we're holding hands here in Farron. He might have forgotten that he got the hint for that.
I think that it was on Bamboo Island for...
Oh, you're right. Yes, he did not go.
So he doesn't have the info on that.
Yeah.
And that's another bottle.
Yeah, 2 bottles are going to save you some time with Fire Sanctuary, so you definitely want that. Yeah, I mean, I think in a seed like this with Fire Sanctuary, you are going to want second bottle.
Yeah, it's always useful not to have to run back into to the summit waterfall a second time.
Yeah. Will be a little folklore like Floria. We'll see how Lyric's Cube Warp goes. Lyric going for the much more traditional setup, the 3 backflips, and really nice clean first try. This is not 100% consistent, and unfortunately, the one thing that's hard here is you can't really see the cube behind you that you're going for all the time. So even if you think you got the setup, sometimes you miss it, but pretty good. Nice job.
Oh, fire shield earrings.
Well, that'll be very important.
Yeah.
Those fire shield earrings are... I was not going to say hard required, because I think there is a bit trick you can do to skip them, but...
Yeah, there is a way to activate the outside fire sanctuary statue. Yeah, to the fire shield earrings being underwater is kind of funny.
Yeah. Well, the point is they're fireproof earrings. I was seeing Lyric run over there. I was wondering if Lyric was going to try the Boko Push warp to get, but it's not really necessary. It just saves you a little time later. Ferroro's Courage that was a Gratitude Crystal pack, possibly required.
Plus 1 other possibly required item.
Yeah. So, probably not going to see the Farron trial. There could be a sword there. That's the one kind of potential useful thing that could be there that is hidden by the hint. Because with Sealed Grounds dead and the hint, we know swords aren't most possibly required. So the way the song hints work is they choose a random item of the highest priority to hint, and then tell you how many more there are. Okay, and there's our claw shots.
Which that does resolve the path.
Yes, that does resolve our path to Tantalus. Although we're still looking for not bomb bag. We still need a bow to actually beat Sandship. But my guess is nobody's going to do Sandship till the end of the seed, just because of his Baron. Sandseed is Scaldera. So that chest in Skipper's Retreat is required.
Yeah.
Or it's in Logic.
Yep. Okay, that's valid.
So that might actually send Audrey back to Sansi from here. I think he's going to go pick up the statue in Sealed Grounds and the hint. But with that hint, you have all the items you need to climb Skipper's Retreat. He's going to go do Great Tree also and climb it.
Yeah, true. With claw shots, you can now access that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Vimy, we got Sandship hinted Baron. And our path to Sandship is our claw shots. Either that's because the claw shots happen to lock all of our bows, or it's just because there's a key or a boss key on the stern. We don't really know yet. I mean, Vimy, you commentated a race where Baron Sandship had to be fully cleared. Did you not? It's still possible.
Oh, unlikely.
It certainly is unlikely, but it's possible, and we don't want Vimy disappointed. She is one of our community moderators and staff, so we love Vimy. But yeah, I'm suspecting. I mean, I guess it could be Ruby Tablet, it could be Digging Mitt, it could be Bomb Bag for Scaldera. There are a lot of options. Oof, and they're gonna have to kill the Moblin without a bow.
Well, I guess in that case, the longsword does help.
It does, yeah. The thing you have to be careful with that is when you kill the Moblin, he can still knock you off. All right. Yeah, so here in Flooded Faron Woods, if you've not seen Season 4, there are 17 sets of tad tones, only 5 of them. Oh, yeah, and that is the risk. Only 5 of them actually have items. It's the groups of 4. They're kind of spread out, so you have to route around it. Plus, the Water Dragon's reward is also an item, but that requires only 3 groups of tad tones to collect, not all 17. Could you imagine having a race mode where you had to collect 17 items?
Oh god. I don't think that's healthy at all.
Yeah, no. All sanities only.
Yeah.
Alright. And there is... So... I have seen people route this so differently. I wonder now, are we going to see some divergence where Lyric decides to climb skippers here?
That might be that's
because of that pathing.
Okay, no.
Oh, no, I think that's a mistake.
Yeah.
I
agree.
Think...
You can't focus skipper since Shack Chest is excluded from the settings.
And you can also go back to Harbor and get the rupee check there. And you know that's a path to Scaldera. Is that another 5 crystals?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and I think Lyric realized that after.
Yeah, also not even bothering checking Gorge.
I wouldn't check Gorge here. I would clear... this is a thing, always clear your path regions.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just thinking, since you have Life Tree Fruits and you're already on the statue select screen, you could in theory check Thunder Dragon and the pillar and then just walk back to start to get back here.
Yeah, and this is one where... So, yeah, killing this Moblin, you basically want to destroy the sword and then just take a bunch of whacks. Yeah, Lyric had not checked what the starting spawn was. That's fair. And yeah, the improved sword makes this easier. Oh, okay. I thought Adri overcooked it.
Oh, Ruby Tablet.
Well, that is very good for Adri. So now... I mean... What could this path item be? Bomb bag still. That is out of logic.
Bomb bag?
So,
hard?
Yes.
Maybe.
So yes, that is out of logic. The new updated logic requires you to actually get that from below with the Gust Bellows. So our Ruby Tablet is logically locked behind Gust Bellows.
Yeah. Okay, so how about Gust Bellows on Cacti Pillar?
Yeah. Lyric needs to be careful here.
Yep.
On half a heart.
Otherwise, she'd need to climb Skipper's Retreat again.
Yeah, and should use the beetle here because, again,
yeah,
if you time this wrong, get knocked off, you don't just die, you reset all the way to the bottom. If you're fast enough, the Phoenixes won't hit you. This is the most dangerous part here. Neither of them are in attack mode, so she should be okay to just go quickly. But... And at least we'll be able to death warp or warp to start. Caves key.
Okay.
Well,
that can be required. That potentially, if that locks the bomb back.
Yeah. Yes, that's kind of what I'm thinking, is our bomb bag could be locked in Lanayru. And
unless for some reason that sword in Pirates is the path, and we have something on Dog Sword Reward that locks all the other swords.
Yeah, I mean, now Lyric 100% is going to go... Yeah, that's interesting, because Cave's Key, when you spawn on both sides, is very often just a junk item. I think, though, we are going to see some major divergence here, because I think Adri is going to go to Elden here.
I could see that, yeah.
Just because of check density, whereas Lyric might stay. Although there's a lot of information you can get here in Lanayru, so it might just make sense for Adri to do that. While you cannot get everything in the Lanayru region, because you need bomb bag for a few things, you can douse every check that is bomb locked, and so you can figure out pretty quickly everything you need. And so potentially, if you're Adri, you might just say, well, I'll find out if I have to come back here ever again. I don't know what his choice will be, because I think Elden makes a lot of sense. Although without mitts, you can't full clear it.
Okay, yeah. Very likely Keski is just a path.
Yep. I mean, all that really tells you is that bomb bag has to be locked behind it in some way.
Yeah.
Okay, the tunnel and Earth Temple. That's actually a good hint.
Yeah. That's really good to know.
And with Caves Baron, that is also telling you with 100% certainty that the Water Dragon's reward is dead.
Yeah.
And Bat 50 is dead. So yeah, we're going to see the runners kind of holding hands here in Lanayru for a while, I think. I think we're kind of going to see the... I don't know if it's the typical route, but they'll probably both go into mine, figure out what's in there, and then go check main desert.
Yeah.
Ugh. But yeah, I mean, this now... I mean, for Adri, certainly opened up. I think he's doing what I would do in this circumstance, but I don't know that everyone else would. I think a lot of people would have gotten the Ruby tablet and just gone to Elden.
Okay, that's a very silly theme for the dragons.
Oh, I have
love
Audrey's music up, not lyrics.
We have a ping behind the landing site, I guess, in mind.
Yep. I didn't see if there's anything else.
More
gratitude. Hope you all don't hear loud construction-ish noises. Okay, and that is... I don't know if which check that is, but they're all doable here.
Yeah, so. That's either giant statue or end of mine. But at that distance, we can't really tell which one of the two.
I thought it might actually be the one here.
Yeah, I would think it's behind statue.
When I'm playing, I know which one is which, but okay.
Yeah, that's behind statue.
When I'm not playing, I don't have as good of a feel sometimes for which. Like, you know, in a split-second moment, okay, this is the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if it's behind statue, that's nice, because you will probably just death warp out, but it's end of mine, you'll probably just go out the normal way.
Yeah. At end of mine, it's not really that worth it to try and death warp again.
Yeah, I think it's the one here.
Yeah, it's also because end of mine doesn't really have that quick of a way to die as well. Okay, it seems like Lyric is opting to just...
Yeah, it's possible that there were two pings. I don't know for sure.
I'm pretty sure I weren't, but...
Yeah, definitely if this if Lyric is watching this back, it is definitely faster to just die to the electric shoes here and death warp back to mine.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, it's definitely not pinging.
Yeah. It's definitely faster at this point.
Yeah. I guess same for Adri as well.
Yeah, it's one of those things like I get while you're halfway through, but there are some good places to death warp here in mind. The electric shoes kill you pretty quickly.
Yeah.
This is just one of those. It's like not a huge thing, but it's a small thing you kind of learn from experience.
Jump slash to get the cube.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, the nice thing, while you can't get everything, you're going to be able to get into the 2 nodes, you're going to be able to guess everything.
Yeah, you can get a lot of information, even though you might not have the means to get every check.
Not a whole lot to say other than, yeah, Audrey's going to go out of way, grab the Sand Oasis cube. It's not the most convenient, but is in logic, is definitely worth getting.
Yeah, at this point you're not just going to ignore it.
Yeah. I will say Audrey is probably at the point, though, where he's going to think about just waiting to check the cubes until he's basically done all of them. Because at this point, every cube in the seed, I believe, is in logic for him. If I'm thinking about this right. Well, maybe, I mean, technically climbing Elden Volcano might not be in logic.
Yeah, 100% not in logic, since it's still Bellows locked.
Yeah.
And one is
Oh
mid-locked,
yeah, and
so we don't
there's
even
one
have
mid-locked. Although he might know the trick to get that. There is a trick if you have...
Though he doesn't have bomb bag for that.
Yeah. You don't need bomb bag for it. I watched the Great Gymnast 86 do something cool. But if we get there, we'll talk about it.
Okay.
Alright, there's something on top of Lineru of LMF. Both runners are climbing. Nobody's checked Fire Node, nobody's checked Lightning Node. But that'll be it for Lineru.
Okay, one more sword.
Yeah.
Definitely nice to have whenever you're deciding to go to Thunderhead.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, now they can full clear everything but the cubes in Thunderhead, although those should be gettable too. Alright, that is the... Looks like Shortcut Chest is not pinging, but yeah, they're going to potentially need Bomb Bag to come back here into Fire Node. Yeah, and Audrey did not even check Lightning Node, which interesting. I feel like I at least would have gone in there and also probably grabbed the statue in case you have to do... Alright, there's a couple goddess chests pinging.
Yeah.
I'm so bad at knowing which are which. From...
I wanna say Triple Island one is the Cage Robot one, though I'm absolutely not 100% sure. It could also be Sand Oasis. It's either of the two for sure. Okay.
Well, there's our bomb bag. Which cube is that?
That is definitely one of the desert ones, which is locked by Cave's Key. So that checks out.
That does check out. Yeah, and Audrey's now going to go back and check Lightning Node.
Yeah, I want to say it's Cage Robot.
I'm going to be able to check that very quickly. I'm pulling up the tracker. That is... Yes, that is the chest by Cage Robot. Audrey definitely got the Sand Oasis Cube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got Sand Oasis and also definitely got Cage Robot.
Yeah. Because we commented on Audrey going out of his way to get it. He's going to have to go all the way to the back, so he's going to cross here. Oh, unfortunate for Lyric. Yeah, it's the one thing, that cube, it's not too hard, but yeah, if you jump off the wrong way, unfortunately.
Yeah. Okay, that's bottle number 3. And Baby Rattle.
I totally was looking at Lyric and missed what Audrey got in Fire Node.
Bottle and Baby Rattle.
I mean, the Baby Rattle could be something. I want to say they skipped a bottle up on the Great Tree. I think I saw it from afar.
I think we'll see again on Lyric's side now. Since she's on Great Tree right now. Yeah, that's a bottle on Great Tree.
Yeah.
So that's number 4.
And nothing in Lightning Node.
Let's go. My personal favorite.
I'm wondering where our Gust Bellows are going to be.
Yeah, same.
Because that is locking our Ruby tablet. Again, this is just kind of the logic is made for beginners. The realities of racing do not match the logic all the time. And that chest inside the Great Tree is a great example of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Lumpy just pinging. Yeah, for that chest, I just always go to Lumpy directly.
Yep.
I'm not risking missing that.
Yeah, there's a weird quirk. Okay, well, there's our bow. That makes Sandship fully clearable whenever they want to. Because it's barren, I don't expect we're going to see it anytime soon.
Nope. Especially not from Adri. Since I'm pretty sure that he knows 10 skip. And he's going to wait for 30 crystals.
Yeah, I mean, it also just, yeah.
You can do it whenever you walk to start. And have the means to do it, I guess. Or tattoos that are not required.
Yep, they will ping though. Dowsing is not affected by usefulness. Unlike, there are some games where a junk item will spawn into a small chest or a non-particular chest, but I'm betting our bellows are on a low patro item. That's gonna be my theory.
I'll say it's gonna be somewhere in Thunderhead.
Could be too. I just think that 5 or 10 would be funnier.
It would be very funny,
indeed. As the Resonant Patron and Gratitude Crystal Enjoyer.
Yep. And yeah, now we see the Elden debate that we talked about earlier.
Yeah, Elden makes a lot of sense here. Still don't think we're going to see the RBM. Well,
okay, that's the Triforce.
Was that Wisdom? I didn't actually see it.
Yep, that was Wisdom.
Yeah, and with that bow, the entirety of, except for the dig spots, is in logic here. So I think what we're going to see Adri do is climb up to the top, probably even go get the Sandslide Cube. I would really consider just going into Fire Sanctuary here and seeing what the damage is.
Yeah, I do like that play.
Because you don't have mitts, but everything that's not mitts locked. That is confirmed. Water Dragon's reward dead.
Yep. Two key pieces next to each other.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Adri, I think you're maybe hoping that you don't have to get all the key pieces.
You definitely do, because we need to do ET.
Sorry, that you don't need the mitts to get all the key pieces.
Yeah.
That is... Yes, that's what I meant.
Yeah. In this case, definitely.
Yeah, and Lyric, I think, is just gonna maybe check some cubes and then head out to Elden 2. That bomb bag will be pretty nice. I do think Lyric knows about the cube on... The Lumpy Pumpkin cube behaves kind of weird.
Yeah.
So that's 3 key pieces that are not mitts locked. There are 12 locations in Elden Volcano that are mitts locked. So I don't know what the odds are of place 5 items in 12 of the 17. I haven't run the math. That is a tricky... There's a way to drop off for this one, but it's precise. The ledges on this island don't line up perfectly.
Yeah. I think if my math is correct, then we don't have any more key pieces that could be.
Yeah, at this point, they're all
locked. It's locked. Yeah.
Yeah. So mitts are going to be required to get into Earth Temple, but that's kind of normal. Again, it's. Oh. Lyric chose the wrong type of dowsing. Be careful. I think. Okay, Lyric knows.
Okay.
Yeah.
She did realize.
Yeah. Good. And yeah, now 100% Audrey should go up. Maybe get this cube on Soundslide, but I think go into Summit, go check Fire Sanctuary.
Yeah.
Because that Fire Sanctuary entrance is open. You can do half the dungeon right now. With bit tricks, you can potentially beat the dungeon. There are 4 checks where the boss key could be that are hard Mogma Mitts locked. Not even hard Mogma Mitts locked. That are Mogma Mitts locked. We're going to see Thunderhead here. But do you want to give a big thanks? We're at 1 hour, so I want to give a big thanks to our volunteers. I don't know why the trackers did not load. That is weird. But Featherblade and Vibrant Bow. That is boss key on Platts.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that is Mogma. That is not hard Mogma Mitts locked. There is a back in time trick you can do. But that is a good hint to know.
Yeah. Very useful to have.
Anyway, I don't know why the trackers did not load, but Vibrant Viola and Featherblade, who have been in chat, are tracking. Huge shout out to them. Thanks to Cube David as well. And thank you to our runners for being willing to be on Restream. I'm going to tell.
Okay, will my prediction be right of Gaspalos in Thunderhead?
We'll see.
Not many cubes.
They can't be anywhere in Alden, so it seems likely if they're not here, they're on patrol.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. So we did have another ping to East Island.
Triforce of Courage and Boko Bit. Okay, so Mogma Mitts are hard required.
Yeah. Mogma Mitts are not skippable.
That's useful info. I still think probably what Audrey's going to do is do the RBM for the statue for the end of our Sanctuary, and then try and clear as much of it as possible.
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
Lake Florida Girahim to...
Earrings.
Oh, yeah. No, that can't be earrings. That's claw shots.
Oh, true.
Because that hint is earrings locked. Well, that harp is actually quite useful for Lyric.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be the claw shots.
Yeah.
Like, they're both required, but... Yeah. Alright, well, Audrey's not going to be that far behind. Feels like this is now going to be a fairly linear seed. Because Audrey's going to get the harp. He's also got the advantage. He can get the second cube here in Thunderhead.
Yep. I assume he's gonna be likely to just go into ET afterwards once he got his bits.
He's gonna full clear ET before he goes into Fire Sanctuary.
Yeah.
I mean, it's possible that our second mates are just in Fire Sanctuary. We don't really know. It's but yeah, the other thing, obviously we're at a point now where I think you are gonna prioritize hints a little more. Because you want to know where that third Triforce is.
Yeah.
We haven't seen Sealed Grounds hint.
Yeah, because I think because of the Sealed Grounds Baron hint, neither runner was really interested in going there, I assume. Just yet, at least.
I think here in the Elden Trial, because there are 3 items, you're just gonna want to full clear it.
Yep, absolutely.
Alright, well, Gratitude Crystals, that's one item we know are at least possibly required. If it's one item, sometimes you take the risk. The Elden Trial is it's modular, and there are kind of 3 discrete areas, and so it's also just one where you get the relics as you go.
Yeah.
Okay, so Audrey is just going to clear Sancha. Interesting.
Okay.
Basically, this is something he's going to have to do anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine, but I would have probably waited until I got the crystals for Tentacle Skip, but maybe Adri's also not that comfortable with Tentacle Skip.
It's Tentacle Skip is... you need a bit
no
more
information on
which
that.
he doesn't have. So he's not doing Tentacle Skip. It's not a trick everyone's comfortable with. That is the Stern, as we expected. Given that the claw shots had to be a path item. Though we have the luxury of being able to think through it without playing, that they do not. So, alright, there's the myths. So that's 2 items. I didn't see where the third relic was, but yeah, it's far enough away that you are just going to get everything anyway.
Yeah, you'll just get all the tears on the way. Okay, Adri is warping back to start.
Okay, so it was just opening up. No, Audrey's going back to... Huh. I don't hate the choice Adri is making here. Oh, you can mass skip by warping to start. But again, the steering had something.
I see, but yeah.
That's just okay, I get it. That's just not usually a good. Huh, I didn't know that. Yeah, the one thing, I mean, maybe I'm wrong. That the central Skyloft to Tantalus was for had to relate to Clawshots in some way. But I think it did. And so what that's telling me is that the stern is the pinging item.
Yeah.
Alright, so do not have to complete this trial. Alright, so now what Adri should do is go up and save Scum his keys.
Yeah.
But again, this is like us figuring out the logic. He may not do that.
While racing, you usually don't have that much brain space.
This is like
to thoroughly think about it.
Yeah, this is just us reading the logic and like, where's the whip? Because the whip was not locked behind anything in Central Skyloft.
Okay.
Maybe I was totally wrong about that. Huh. How is Central Skyloft path to Tantalus? Maybe Emerald Tablet locked all of our bows. That could be it. That's gotta be it. Yeah, that 100% has to be it.
Yeah.
That all of our bows were locked behind it. Where's our first bow? The bow we got. That was on. It was on a goddess cube.
In Farron.
It was on a goddess cube. Second one that we know about was Farron Lower Bomb Wall. Okay. Yeah. So that's why it was the path item. Okay. And Adri doused better than I did. Is there a bracket somewhere? There's not. All we have is I have kind of a scoreboard of results that I'm keeping updated in the tournament server. Unfortunately, I tried to do a bracket, but the way the bracket goes from groups into the bracket stage does not match the way we're doing it, and so anyway. Yeah, there will be a bracket once we're in the bracket, but the round robin group stage, we don't have anything posting those. Yeah, no, it's a good question. Just, yeah, we didn't.
I think at this point we're just mids and a Triforce from no mode, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's that sword that you probably want to find a better place for,
that
but
wasn't it.
Yeah, which is mitts locked. I don't know. Like I said, the mitts are either, I think, in Earth Temple, Fire Sanctuary, or they're on one of the dig spots. I guess that's a lot of options, but the mitts are here in Elgin, I think. And yeah, I mean, what we're seeing, like, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. There's Audrey, I think, is gonna now go back to Eldin. You know, Sandship had to be done.
Yeah.
I don't think if you don't know Tendless Skip, there's not much to skip. Again, the gust spells have to be on bat 5, 10, maybe 30. But I mean, we may just never see the bellows. It's gonna depend. The question is, do the bellows lock the mitts or a Triforce somewhere?
Yeah. Okay. Going back to Skyloft. Just quickly checking all the cubes here.
Yeah, it makes sense because at this point, Audrey has done all.
Yeah. Adri entering the trial now to get a hold of his mitts. And it's probably clearing dig spots until you have the key pieces. And probably just finish your second dungeon with ET. There's a copy of Water Dragon's Reward, being dead again.
Yep. That and the Patro 50 hint. There will be 2 copies of them. They're always hints. We make 2 copies of each. So we'll see. I mean, we have not seen the Sealed Grounds hint, right?
Nope, we've not.
And did we see the upper summit hint in the waterfall?
I think Adri went there, but I can't remember what it was.
That Sealed Grounds hint, I think, is the one hint stone we haven't seen, which is our last Triforce hint.
Yeah.
Which is why it kind of surprised me that nobody went to the Sealed Ground statue. Because it's a hint, it's information, but it also gets you closer.
Yeah, it's just a nice walk to have when you're looking to finish.
Okay, so we know these last 2 dig spots that Lyric is going for have the last 2 key pieces, but there hasn't been anything else really on the other dig spots.
I don't think so. I think every other dig spot was just plain nothing.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna see them both in Earth Temple around the same time. Probably we'll both do the RBM. They'll both full clear it. Kind of once they do that, so I'm just looking, they both have their trackers and their locations accessible. Audrey has just done a lot more right now than Lyric has.
Yep.
But they're kind of, and Audrey having done Sandship is an advantage, but they're kind of at a similar place, and so it'll be interesting kind of just to see. Where they go. They do. I mean, I think Lyric's path is pretty clear here.
Yep.
Which is go full clear Earth Temple. I think that's also Audrey's path. Like, I think we're going to see both runners full clear Earth Temple. And then the question is, if they don't get mitts, do they start checking other things or just try and do as much of FS and hope mitts are there? So I think there's a decent chance mitts are there in one of the 2 dungeons. Last. It's a Wind Waker joke. Lyric entering Earth Temple with no mirror, leave. Unfortunately, neither of those are items in this game.
Yep. Yeah, last time I went through ET, it looked quite a bit different.
Wait, was that not the vent chest?
No, the vent chest didn't. The ping wasn't strong enough to be vent chest.
That was a clean cutscene skip, except Lyric jumped off into the lava.
Yeah, that is one way to skip the cutscene, I guess.
Unfortunately, it loses you time because that does not spawn you where you fell off.
Yeah.
I don't know what I mean, I don't know why this is Earth Temple. Yeah. I think the other thing that will just be interesting, right, is kind of seeing how quickly both runners clear the dungeon. I think it's kind of a good sense of like just how experience and knowing how to route the dungeons can really pay off.
Yeah.
Oh. There.
Now I gotta be a bit careful.
Yeah, I mean, one heart in Earth Temple can be useful, but yeah. This is one where Adri is probably just going to use the bomb bag, and being on one heart means you can't do what you need to. Right, Adri's going to get this a lot faster. Nice reverse held in here.
And yeah, so like mentioned that ping at the start did look a lot like the chest counter by the Zelfos.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and so like now if I were Lyric, I would do the RBM first and then get these 2 chests. It's like a minor routing thing, but
yeah. Oh, well,
Nits are in Skyloft Trial. Okay. That's, I mean, not formal go mode, but
that is basically 2 barren dungeons. Let's see, 1 hinted.
Well, we still don't know about Fire Sanctuary if it has.
Oh yeah, right. That's last Triforce is true.
I mean, that's why I think now you really want to make sure you get your hints.
Yeah.
That Sealed Grounds hint could save you a lot of time. Because if it's not in Skyloft, like, because now clearing Fire Sanctuary, all you have to do is do the statue RBM and get the Platts chest. You can skip potentially the entire dungeon if it doesn't have a Triforce. I just wonder if either of them are going to go out of the way to get that hint. Because we know that has to be where the Triforce hint is. And you can full clear Boko base. You can get that Triforce with the second Nits. So, yeah, like, I would rush that hint.
Absolutely.
Yeah, both of them really good.
Oh, there's a last bow.
Which is also 100% locked behind Emerald Tablet.
Yep, since
Ruby Tablet was in...
The ballad was in Floria. Yeah. Which locked the harp, which locked the ET
Well,
axis.
Ruby Tablet was in Farron.
Oh, even true that as well.
That. Yeah. Okay. We're now going to see our first instance back in time from both runners in the seed.
Yep.
Yes, they are about to go play on the title screen. Ooh. And so for this trick, you have to get inside the Knight Academy. You need to run a couple times. You cannot enter the Knight Academy and back in time if you go off the splash screen. But you need to press the A button, and the A button does that. So what do? You use the Wii Motion Plus instructional tutorial menu. And you hit A on no. And you get your A press that you need. Yeah, I mean, what I will say is Back in Time is a lot more situational. than it used to be. Anyway, so essentially what you do for back in time is you're triggering some memory flag in your back in time file as you're loading in your file, which sets the flag in your main game file. In this case, it is the flag that raises the bridge. So you saw Lyric run up to the bridge, the cutscene. You saw the cutscene play. Definitely played, definitely raised the bridge. And then you have to actually die to reset the bridge. And this is kind of why I mentioned, so the ball spawns back there. You have to run past the statue anyway. That's kind of why I said, hey, Lyric should maybe do something different.
Yeah, would have been
like, it's not a huge time save, but it's like a little thing you kind of know from experience of just where does the ball spawn in and how do you minimize time. But also, yeah, like Adri, because he had more health, is getting this chest a little faster. 35 crystals.
At this point, I'm also wondering.
Bellows are in control.
That I think up to that 30 is still in logic without Elden. But if it's not on 30, then there needs to be something else why the crystals in Elden Silent Realm are required. Or at least possibly required.
Yeah, there's, I mean...
We need to at least see where the bellows are.
Yeah.
If they're on 30, then...
There's weird stuff with how
result.
Mature work in crystals with the hints, so... It doesn't quite work the way it's... It doesn't quite work the way it's supposed to. It's something Yal has been trying to tweak. Anyway. So... Yeah, So we really are just a Triforce from Go mode here, because we know where our last sword is. Yeah, that's like I said, I really want to see one of them go check the sealed grounds hint. Think about it. Like, maybe you're gonna just full clear Boko base anyway, but I really think you should go check that hint.
Yeah.
Because we know that hint. We've seen every other hint, so...
It's kind of my train of thought, though we could also just easily see a beetle, I think, since I think they're just always, at least possibly, required. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Otherwise, you could have a spot there.
There could be a sword on Patrol 40 above Bellows. I don't know. Like I said, the possibly required logic for gratitude crystals does not totally work. And yeah, I mean, we were kind of talking about this, right? The experience advantage and speed, and this is a game where you kind of get a lot from just playing and getting faster at things and learning little things. And so, I mean, Adri knows how to do the Skaldera fight quicker, but also just got through the temple a lot faster. And you can save a lot of time here if you know how to do this fight well. Yeah. The Skaldera fight, there are different strategies for every sword. Okay. Ooh, Adri! Nope. That's rough. Adri tried to do the bombless strat where you get Skyward Strike, but missed the Skyward Strike and then didn't get his bombs in fast enough.
Okay. Now you can check Withdraw in one go if you want to.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, again, maybe not the worst call, but I don't know. To me, like, check sealed grounds before you even do Betrayal.
Yeah, 100%.
There's a quick deal that does not unlock anything.
Nope.
I guess Adri had not actually checked these jig spots yet. Is Lyric doing what we suggested? Well, Lyric is going back for the Mogomit, but I'm curious if Lyric is going to go check the Sealed Grounds statue or the Sealed Grounds hint. Like I said, I don't hate the call. To just do Betrow without doing it. I just I don't know. To me, you know you have a hint that tells you what region your final Triforce is in. Maybe I'm being too insistent on this, but hints are power.
Hints are indeed power.
And we very intentionally hinted all 3 Triforces this season, so I can talk about that. Like, in order to kind of reduce the casino, we made sure all 3 Triforces were hinted. So Skyloft Trial, it's pretty small. Again, it's like not the worst if you have to backtrack and double dip areas, but the kind of philosophy in Trials is how much do you just prioritize rushing the randomized Dusk Relics versus grabbing the tiers on the way, because the ideal route to grab the tiers is often not the ideal route to grab all of the Dusk Relic items. And Skyloft Trial is one where it sometimes just makes more sense to rush, because it's not huge, it's easy to get around. And you have a 3 in 4 chance that your mitts are not on the final trial reward. But yeah, and like this is so Audrey's now checking stuff on Skyloft, and just go grab the hint. I don't know. I'm sorry to them that they're going to keep hearing this if they rewatch, but
it is just the best thing to do.
Audrey has checked every other hint. He knows he has to have a hint for the 3rd Triforce. He knows where that hint is. It's in a place he has to go anyway. Right, like now he's going to do the item from Colin check. I don't know. Like I said, we did this kind of knowing in part that people would have to make calls about, do I get a hint that's in a barren region? Do I get a hint that's out of the way? but sometimes you're going to be in their exact situation where all you need is Triforce. You know where everything else is. You can get everything else that you need. And this is kind of the ideal situation to just rush the hint. Especially because Sealed Grounds is not out of the way.
Yeah, I think both runners also did check the Floria Waterfall statue.
Yeah, probably. I mean, even so, running across Farron is not too slow.
Yeah. Agreed.
I mean, once Adri...
Okay,
so there's a sword.
That's Master Sword for Adri.
Alright, we're going to see Betrow. My guess is Bellows are on 10.
Yeah, very reasonable.
Waterfall Island. Oh, they might not have checked that either.
Yeah, they definitely didn't.
But, okay, even so, 2 hint stones that are not that far out of the way.
Yeah. Especially since on a scale of the Waterfall Island Gossip Stone.
Yeah. Alright, so 5 is junk.
Bellows on 10. That's
junk.
30. And a sink shot on 40.
I think Lyric is now going to do Sandship. Yeah, the point is there's not a lot of gossip stones to check. And you know one of the gossip stones is telling you where your Triforce is, which is the final item you don't know. I don't know. Anyway, I won't belabor the point. So basically all they need to do, they need to find the last Triforce, get the Triforce in Boko Base, and RBM Fire Sanctuary and do Plats. Right, it was Plats and not Second Magma.
It was Plats, yeah. I mean, you do have the knowledge about a sword, though, on Volcano Summit digging.
Yep. Yeah, Lyric knows where her final sword is that she needs. That's the thing, right? They both... No, we do not know where the third Triforce is. We know one is in Boko Base, and nobody has gotten the hint for the third one, which is sitting in one of 2 pretty easily accessible places. Sealed Grounds hint or the Waterfall Island hint. So yeah, I totally get why you'd forget about the hints. This is, like I said, I am a very hint focused player, but I mean, yes, Oni, Adri has been through Volcano Summit. Adri has gone and gotten the Fire Sanctuary statue, the outside one. Adri's probably just going to want to finish with Boko Base at this point. So, yeah, I mean, it's like I said, they're... Sorry when you watch back and you keep hearing me talk about the hints, but like I said, the Triforce hints were explicitly done to kind of prevent this type of situation we're in. Okay, I think Adri is going to go check the hint and check the, whatchamacallit, the bird's nest.
Yeah. It does look like it.
Yep. Maybe we'll go check, maybe Sealed Grounds? As I said, it was odd, like, even with Barren Sealed Grounds, it was odd that nobody went and just grabbed the statue in the hint. Because it wasn't, it's not that far out of the way, and you need to go there.
Okay, so
alright, so Sealed Grounds.
The Triforce is in Sealed Grounds, yeah.
Yeah. And Adri warping start to avoid having to change time of day. We'll see. I mean, it's entirely possible. Yeah, I mean, it's right. That's the other thing about the hint is if they go to Sealed Grounds and it's not the Triforce hint, then it's in the Linearu trial. And that's a whole separate casino, but that is information too.
Yeah.
Just because the way that the hints are generated. Okay. Yep. Audrey's gonna go check the hint.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, not gonna take that long, but yeah, this is admittedly like somewhat advanced hint things, but yeah, if a Triforce hint does not generate for a Triforce piece, it's because that Triforce has to be in a silent realm. It has to do with the order that hints generate, and yeah, I mean that's, I don't know, as I said, kind of talking from a like design of the season and the settings. The Triforce hints were something I really thought about. Okay. So it is in the Linearu trial.
Okay.
So now if I'm Audrey, I do Boko base first. And because you want to figure out, do I have to do forward or backward? There is a back in time trick to break into the Linearu trial without the song. It is an incredibly complicated one that most people are not going to do.
Yeah, I did that once in a Corpor Sanity under guidance, and it still took me quite some time to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think at this point, if you're Audrey, you just kind of go through and try and do efficient because you know you have to go into Boko base anyway. Like, Boko base is going to dump you out close to Fire Sanctuary anyway. It just makes a lot of sense. So there's a lot of things a couple things pinging here in Boko Base. That's bottle percent.
That's last bottle.
Oh, I'm using lyrics music instead of Adri, so Twitch is not hearing Adri's music. Yeah. So we're in a casino here. More gratitude crystals. So unfortunately, you're now at the point where items that ping are more likely to be useless than useful. Unfortunately, Lyric is probably just going to get a second small key here.
Yeah.
The whip was completely useless this seed. No, I take that back. It was not.
Yeah, because of Cave Ski.
Because of Cave Ski, yeah.
Okay, that's the Triforce.
Could just be a whole bunch of nothing in Boko Base. Besides that, we'll see. Yeah, this kind of turned into a
Oh, okay.
There we go.
That's
well,
go mode.
That is now hard go mode. I guess Adri is probably, depending on where in the linear trial it is, 15 minutes for finishing. That could actually be long.
Yeah.
And yeah, so Audrey's game plan: go to Fire Sanctuary, do the statue RBM, get Plat's chest, beat FS, go to the Linear Silent Realm, finish the seed. Yep. And yeah, this is now quite clearly lyrics to finish. I'm gonna guess it'll be below 210.
Yeah, very likely. I want to say damaging down with just bombs is faster until you're at 2 hearts.
Yeah. Just damaging down with regular bombs is faster until you're at 2.
Yeah, just a slight optimization.
Yeah. Because the cutscene... I do have, well, they're on a 10-minute stream delay. I'm restreaming. I have to keep an eye on the race time room. I'm not going to say anything else, but I will stop making predictions because it is definitely more than 10 minutes.
Plus the silent ceremony.
Yeah, I mean, where in the Silent Realm the Triforce is will probably be the biggest thing. The linear Silent Realm is huge, and backtracking and having to do the reward, if that's what you need to do, is not great. I'm surprised he's bit warping and not just doing the RBM. Because he's got to do plats.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand this at all. I'm a little confused by that. I don't know, maybe I'm missing something? Oh. Just missed the angle there. He's angled a little too close.
That should work. Yeah.
Is this the all dungeons? I don't know.
I don't think Adri does vanilla speedruns of SS.
Yeah. I don't know. The statue RBM is a very to reach the end of Fire Sanctuary via bit warp. I'm asking because this is 100% slower, given what he has to do. Yeah, because there's another trick you can do to activate the statue in the middle of the dungeon. You just have to then leave the dungeon, fly in, fly back out. I think it's a little faster than this. It's also, you don't have to do kind of the weird jump or the out of bounds stuff. Oh, I realized I should close the prediction.
Oh yeah, right. This outcome has already been determined.
Yeah, I guess it's just a question now of where in the Silent Realm is it?
Pretty much, yeah.
And we'll see how badly Platts trolls Adri. Nope.
Not at all, basically.
Yeah. If you kind of know how to respond to Platts, the way Adri did, that's actually pretty perfect, is you kind of get him away, and you get him to turn around in the middle of a straight corridor. It's usually a pretty consistent way to do it.
Plus key acquired. And that's how Tantalus defeated for Lyric.
Yeah. Meanwhile, it's 2 hours. I want to give shout out. Yeah, I know how I'm going to get them in. Let's see if that works. Anyway, please give our runners a follow. Lyric and Audrey. Huge shout out to Featherblade and Vibrant Viola, who track and help us look a lot more intelligent. And thank you to Cube David as well for commentating with me.
For being here.
Cube David offered to jump in 2 hours before. It's a huge help. And yeah, from here, Audrey probably will, might actually just fly out. I don't know, but we'll go to Linearu, go do the Silent Realm. Lyric is not necessarily that far behind. I think Lyric is probably going to go do Boko Base. Maybe not. The one thing Lyric doesn't have is the hint information. But yeah, we'll see.
Lyric's going for Summit directly.
Yeah. I mean, Lyric, she knows she can beat Fire Sanctuary. If my guess is she knows the RBM.
Question is, will she go for it without the knowledge of the last Triforce?
Yeah, I just don't know.
Oh yeah, Castrace never went to Summit before. She also doesn't know that it has to be on the trial. Now Lyric knows that the Triforce occurs in Boko Base.
Yep.
Oh!
Oof, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Lyric is going to get her final sword here. we'll see kind of where Audrey has to go in the Silent Realm. I think he is going to grab the tears on the way, which in Linearu is a pretty smart move to do. Just because we've already seen 2, so now you 100% want to grab them all. But this Silent Realm is just massive.
Yeah.
And I actually think, where is the last relic just the one on top of Elnath? Or is it maybe a vanilla dusk relic? I don't see another green.
Yeah, not sure either.
Yeah. Oh, there it is, near the start.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, this is the hardest Silent Realm to route, I feel, with these settings, because you so often just, because it's so big, like, having to backtrack is just really, really punishing. Like, Farron Trial is pretty small and easy, and you kind of can only go one way through it because of the walls. Skyloft Trial is just small. Alden Trial, because of how it's laid out, you kind of don't have a choice. And yeah, I mean, we see, because Audrey missed that the relic was over here, and it is on the reward anyway.
And that's official go mode now.
Yep. Yeah, it'll, between cutscenes and everything, it'll probably take, like, once Audrey gets to Sealed Ground, it's probably 4.5 minutes. It'll probably take a minute or so to get over there. So we're looking at like a 2:15, 2:16, depending on how endgame fights go. Like a high 2:15, low 2:16. Could be longer if you take a death. I could also, I mean, if you're really fast with Demise, maybe a gymnast would get a 2:14 on this, but yeah, pretty solid race. Kind of a tricky one. I think, for everyone involved.
Yep, absolutely.
Right? I don't know, like the logic on the seed was definitely a little wonkier than usual with the hints.
Yeah, absolutely. Like we've seen for us, even with the Tantalus path.
Yeah. Yeah, like Emerald Tablet path to Tantalus was weird. The Cave's Key, because of where the bomb bag was. And then just the Triforce location is unfortunate. And yeah, again, like Lyric here, because Lyric has, because Lyric didn't go into Boko base, is full clearing Fire Sanctuary, which, like I said, makes sense. This is kind of why I suggested Boko base first in Adri's shoes, because Boko base is faster. You can't really skip it. And yeah, I mean, I think what we're going to find is Fire Sanctuary has crystals and nothing else.
Yep.
It's effectively a Baron region. Because all those crystals could unlock is that slingshot.
Yep.
Which, like, obviously, I mean, maybe not obviously, actually. Maybe there's a world where a slingshot on bat 40 is logically useful for something. But effectively, it can't be. So. Yeah, nice, clean phase 2, which I feel like is the hardest phase of Girahim 3.
Nice G3.
And then just a matter of fighting Demise, which is a pretty straightforward fight if you know the tricks. They make it look really easy, and it looks really easy because Demise behaves in predictable ways.
Yeah.
And the runner's on a delay. I see some chat in the race time chat, so we'll have some things to share with them too. And that is a GG for Adri.
Finishing with a 2:15.01.
Yep.
Barely missing 2:15.
And I'm going to pull Adri and Lyric both in. GG's Adri, GG Lyric.
GG.
So what did you all think of the seed?
I can't lie, I think I had a really good route. I think if I was a better runner, I might have done better. Like, I intentionally finished all of Central Skyloft, hoping that there was something else, and it wasn't just the crawl space, having the Din's power being the path. I got lucked out on that one, but I mean, I think I did pretty well routing wise. I just wasn't fast enough.
Yeah, the path hints were so the path hints were weird. It was the Emerald Tablet. Was the path to Catalyst.
Yeah.
Because we figured this out, all of the bows were locked in Farron or behind Farron. Which is a weird one.
It was tricky for us to figure out as well, because initially we thought, it's gonna be the claw shots in Floria. So we assumed that it was just gonna be a small key or the boss key on Stern. But then when Adri went in there, we got lectured, I guess.
Yeah, it was a confusing. The hints were confusing to see.
For me, the Emerald Tablet was nearly last lock, so it wasn't really confusing. I had only Battle left, I think, at this point.
Yeah,
I think Tablet was basically for all the rest of the
sitting here until we saw you go into Sandship and the Stern was dead. We were like, oh, that has to be the path because of the claw shots and the boss key or something is going to be on the Stern. So if you watch back, we're like very confused. We're like, wait, did the Stern ping? Why is he skipping it? And turns out it took us a while to figure that one out.
Yeah, it's a bit tricky to see if it's Stern or combination locked.
Yeah. You also might hear me harping a lot on why aren't you checking all the hints, so I apologize for that. I think when you finally went to Seal Grounds, like, oh, we're gonna get the hint, and then it's nothing. It's like, oh, so now we're in a casino for the final song.
Yeah, and the final song was my reaction was really mixed, since I was like, oh, good, let's go, we are in go mode, and basically I was also like, well, if it was an RBN seed, I could have won sometimes if Nero's Wisdom was really in a place like a gorge digging spot or something like that.
Yeah. No, I mean, it could have been, if you had gotten a sometimes hit for Nero's Wisdom, that would have been pretty useful. But yeah, this is kind of a wonky one where you get a Triforce hint unless a Triforce is in a silent realm, and you kind of just have to know how that works. I'm trying to think if I have questions for you all. I don't know that it was like a complicated, like the hints were weird, but I don't think the seed was necessarily complicated.
The seed were pretty straightforward. Yeah. Like, you went to Fair and got your claw shots, did the skippers and got Cade's key, and then did all of Lineru pretty much.
Well, for me, the end of the seed was quite weird because of the below logic, and I just wanted to get below to be safe in Boko Base for the Triforce, and then did last location hit to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably should have done Boko Base before Fire Sanctuary because I knew there were 2 pings in there. I just wanted to go to Summit to get the 2 Gossip Stone hints, hoping that they were just Triforce and I could just go.
Yeah, and that makes Adri had been into Summit much earlier. I think before Earth Temple, or maybe right after Earth Temple, and so...
I think it was before.
Not before.
Yeah, Adri had been up there, gotten the hint, opened up the entrance, and I talked about this before even you got the trial hint with the myths. It's like, it might make sense to go into Fire Sanctuary and do half a Fire Sanctuary. Turned out that was wrong, but that was where my head was at.
Yeah.
Well, initially, the fact I went to Eldin basically out of logic only to get the cube for Thunderhead, so I could full clear Thunderhead in 1 trip, and that's why I didn't went into Fire Sanctuary Just got the hint in
it ended up paying off because the only thing in the front half of Fire Sanctuary, that we saw were crystals for the slingshot on Bat 40.
Yeah. I also felt pretty good that I was kind of able to deduce that Gust Bellows would have to be pretty early in the seed because it was blocking Ruby Tablet. So that was why I prioritized going back to Skyloft. I mean, as well as getting the mids, but checking Betro because I knew that it had to be early, and that was like the only early thing I had left.
Yeah, we speculated that it was probably Betro pretty early on. So, yeah, makes sense. I'm trying to think if I have any other questions.
I certainly do not.
I mean, to be honest, I'm just happy I was like probably 20-30 minutes behind Audrey. Audrey's a really good runner, so being a
Audrey is really good. Yeah.
I feel pretty good about that.
Who's the person in your group from?
It's Yao.
Yeah, I mean, I think that will be a good race, Audrey and Yao.
Yeah, for sure.
Honestly, I could have done, I think, faster. I just wanted to be safer as possible.
I think that makes, I mean, being safe makes sense considering kind of, this is no offense to you, Lyric, but like Audrey was definitely the favorite and you play a little
for sure
that way.
Yeah, for sure.
And I had memories of the showcase race when a single choice, not really a bad choice, but a single choice made me 20 minutes later, 30 minutes behind some runners. So
yeah.
Just wanted to be safe this time.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, I don't have anything else. If you all don't have anything else either, we can wrap up. Please give our runners a follow and GG's to both Audrey and Lyric. They each have 2 races left, and is it 3 more weeks to get them done? I think.
Yeah.
So keep an eye out. Thank you to Cube David for commentating with me, and of course to our 2 trackers, Featherblade and Vibrant Viola. We have probably 2 races tomorrow if they can get volunteers. Otherwise, that is all for us here. We're going to go over to raid on ZSR main where they're doing a Majora's Mask run. So thanks for watching, everyone, and have a good rest of your Saturday. And stay safe if you're in the US.
Bye.